Vision on it, and they won 13-11. This is a map that is a permanent piece in Vitality's map pool, so they're going to be comfortable here as well. Last time we saw them play it, they're actually losing it over in Hong Kong, so I think they're on 3 in a row loss streak on Inferno, but Bait is a little bit different to the other teams that they have been facing. Let me just read that list off. Yeah, their last 3 losses on Inferno, sorry, it's 2 losses. One was to Fury, one was to Falcons. Before that, it was a win against Tyloo and then another loss to Fury. So only losing the best teams in the world at Vitality, that makes a whole lot of sense when you're making 14 consecutive top 4 runs over the course of 2025. But we're underway. Bait have opted to start on the CT side.
This is a very much a anti-B, an anti-car control setup, hoping that if they do go for this little late half-wall approach, there'll be dual Berettas, grenades, and everything you need to find the advantage.
I do like this setup out of Vitality being slow, because it is a best of one, as opposed to doing something all in and then walking into a stack, or them being aggressive and you getting caught off guard. You get to be tempered early, you put your foot in the water, you kind of see if it's warm, and there you go, there's some information for Apex based off of that jump. Very good work just there for info. So Apex maybe making a couple of overplays in the more recent tournaments, and he was saying, yeah, the team's not playing great, so I feel like I have to do more to try and set them up. Well, he needs to remember that he needs to get the frags too. Heading into A. Yeah,
let's see how this one works now, because already 2 of them have dropped into pit. The smoke on Moto and a headshot through it onto Head Trick. Looks like that's the end of NPL.
Yeah, well, just isolated.
I mean, really, really nice from Vitality, I have to say. The way you've drawn our attention to the slow approach, but simultaneously just using that util so quickly off of that small iota of information. You can see they've parked Mezzy in bedroom as well, really limits your apartment approach. If you dare, you're going to have a close fight with a Glock, and if you don't, he's going to flank you. Yep, just like that, a little bit of an underclear from Essential. Kensizor does bring him down, though, and now running out of time fast. Should just be putting this one in. Last couple of bodies to drop. It's Zywoo with some more pistol. Yep, that's 4 kills for him. His pistol stats continue to inflate. And that is Vitality getting off to a strong start, a necessary strong start when you've already slipped up once in the best of ones.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? We've seen this before. So imagine if it's another Austin run. They come in and now they just start marauding through the opposition and really just taking care of business, because sure, they did lose that opening game versus FaZe yesterday, but then they played against 3D Max regardless of the issues that they may have experienced, and they won 13-4. So just throwing them around the server, both been on nuke. Whereas for Bait, it went from the high of highs, beating Falcons 13-10, and then losing to Mouse on Overpass 13-6. Now, there have been some real highlights when we have been watching Bait throughout the run of this tournament. I think Kensizor, in terms of T-sides, he's a player I'd be keeping my eyes on. And as you'd expect, the odds provided by our official betting partner heavily favoring that of Vitality.
Who would have thunk it?
MPL's had some really nice moments too. I think that now that he doesn't have to worry about the calling, the structure of the team has changed a little bit as well. I'd say Alex is slightly more selfless, but MPO had to, before when he was in-game leading, call around him because he's one of the best individuals on the team, right? So you want to put yourself in positions to find output when you're an in-game leader that usually gets a lot of output. So you can understand both thought processes there.
No, I can see that with the division of labor freeing NPL up to have more focus on his cross-set. Certainly makes a lot of sense. And the fact that Bait have, you know, found a higher level, getting to the next stage of the competition.
Yeah, it's been a good progression, because Kensizor came in late last year. It was for this year, essentially. So,
and you already have an extra stage of the Major to kind of show for it.
And as the youngest team at the Major, this is great steps in the right direction. Time's the problem right now.
Yeah, they're going to fight, leaping through, and not going to find that opening. Flamesy
Bomb's going B.
Tries to sell
something
blocked
on
again. A and blocked on B. This does get really uncomfortable.
They're strung out.
They certainly are. A nade and a push. Zywoo knows he's got to be the one to provide that opening fire. Alex goes swinging, double swing. Oh, and they've overwhelmed them. What are you supposed to do now? It looks like it's their round. 17 seconds, the bomb's on the other side of that smoke. Apex flustered,
needs to kill them right now.
And they need kills, but it's nothing but death, destruction, and misery for Vitality. Pistol win, and nothing more. Bait quickly wrestled back.
Okay, that one's going to feel damn good, isn't it? You lose the pistol, you find the follow-up. And in terms of pistol stats, as mentioned, they have an awful lot of games and reps at the Major so far, but they are in like the bottom 5 of pistols out of all the teams across the stages. So, yeah, it's good to see them winning the 4.
So is that a time management faux pas from Vitality there?
But they were split up. So, yeah, right, smile there, Frederick. You get away with that one. They're taking contact and porch side with 3 players, and they have 2 players ready to go B. So just not grouped up for any type of a finish there. good restraint on the utility from Bait. The fact that you're able to drop a smoke top banana at about 25 seconds, very well done, as now to be the force back from Vitality. So being made to sweat early, you'd hate to go down in the 1-2. And it's going to be two best-of-threes back-to-back. That's getting through the playoffs, and with upsets that have happened against other teams, we know how scary those 2-2 matches could become. So it did feel like coming into this, it was just Vitality going to start going through the motions, but Bait, they've got other ideas.
Really forward setup from the duo of B here, Alex and Kensizor. Alex happy to play the MP9. Kensizor tries to bait them in with the trajectory of the smoke. That screams, I'm playing sandbags. And the MP9 screams, I'm half wall. He actually just starts to unload off the flashbang. And then there's a second where that came from Alex. He does dip away, does stand his ground for one, does Kensizor, but that's opened up the B site. Looks like Vitality should be able to get across this sight line. M4 smoked off and bomb in.
Everybody in through CT on the retake. There's a kit on MPL, a smoke as well. Either use that to... Well, that's going to channel you through horrible. CT.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to wait for CT smoke, then head through CT spawn. But Rops has another smoke available, and there it goes.
Ooh, that smoke...
A little bit shallow. They can play through into pool.
Yeah, they're going to try. Flamesy knows there's a potential for a boost.
I think they're going to save.
Senfield boosted up, info on two of them, starts to just crouch and unload his mag.
Save.
V9 chasing.
Boys, hold on to it.
Want to try and take as much away from the CT side as possible. Not going to catch much on the spams of the smoke. Flames leaving with the AK though.
Okay, not great, but not as bad as it could have been. I'm glad they made the choice to save instead of giving everything over, because you're not completely rumbled at this point. You retain these weapons. You should be able to get some MP9s or even Famises out for your other players, and that's going to give you a pretty hefty looking buy up against what Vitality bring into this one. So the right choice was made, but I like the punishment. The flash comes through by Apex as they're starting to backpedal, so catching them off guard in transition there. Really good understanding, and that's one of those situations that because you were offered up the info by the spam of the guns, you've gone, all right, we have to go now, and you catch them perfectly. So one MP9, but 4 rifles.
And full commitment from the whole squad, the pack as well, right? That only works if Kensizor's traded immediately.
We're essentially into gun rounds. So, you know, regardless of the force by wars back and forth, it's two MAC-10s and 1 MP9. Otherwise, it may as well just be a gun round in this situation. Half-wall util being light up by Kensizor, so they are gambling. This means they probably want to fight top middle.
He's puffing up his chest with retake util, hoping that buys him 20 seconds.
They're clearing mid now.
Flamesy might poke his head out here. He's gonna get a lot of info. Maybe a headshot. Oh, three mid. What does that tell the rest of the squad?
Should just go B.
Surely you would.
You saw 3 players. I guess they don't feel that they weren't in a position just to execute, pull the ripcord on it. They still would have had to have, okay, I'm doing this, we're mollying this, and there was a half-wall smoke in play as well, so you'd have to worry about a player potentially being close car.
Yeah, valid.
Half-wall sandbags.
Util did buy enough time.
Yeah.
Even if you're rumbled.
And they all stay alive. So right now, with 50 seconds, we saw time was the issue on the round that Vitality lost. I think they're just going to group up this time and keep it simple. So bearing down on A, there's 3 players, and this is a strong setup. Right? They've got 2 players over towards the pit side, MPL long. He's always, once he gets smoked off, will be able to turtle side. Biggest issue is if it's a wrap.
And that's what those smokes imply. They'll take the longer sight line with those rifles. MPL confirmed. Spotted.
Now Hedrick takes long.
Away. Now Ross pokes his nose out, hits the headshot necessary. Then they pincer in. Oh, it's just poetry in motion from Vitality. That is an A-long split. Perfect.
Yeah, see that setup right there? It's good in principle because you can understand all the fallback options, right? So MPL takes contact, he can fall back sight, then Hedrick takes the long angle from headshot. But it's better in the scenario if, say, MPL gets 1, then falls back. Then Hedrick gets 1, then probably traded or stays alive. But none of them got anything done in that situation. So Vitality handled that one with poise and grace, and they don't slip up again. So now able to break back into where they would have hoped to be. Nice shot there from Zywoo onto the pit player. And they will retain 2 guns again, but one of them, unfortunately, being an MP9 for Kensizor.
Well, that round did a bit of convincing, didn't it? You could have seen a world where they didn't find the regroup, or you overthought it. You know, you kind of go between the 2 bomb sites, feel like B could likely have been rotated too by the time you get there. But you just say, okay, even if they've stacked A, we're going to throw everything necessary, we're going to pause and synchronize, and it works out wonderfully.
Yeah, sometimes it has to be all in, right? It is good if you can keep your options open, but as we saw from Passion in earlier stages of the tournament, especially against that NRG game that we covered off, they were just doing very direct plays, right? Actually, we were on the desk for that. We weren't even casting it. Well, we did cover it in a way.
We get to cast a Passion game today.
You know, yes, we do. Okay, so at this moment, you're likely just going to have to take the eco behind these guns. Now, for Alex and Kenzor, these are the B defenders. Do you want to operate with these rifles elsewhere, right? Do you want to try and get tricky with it, see if you're able to isolate something over towards second middle, or do you want to just use them to banana, get full banana control? But then that does leave the A-bomb site very susceptible. It'll just be the pistol. So how are you going to have this division of labor?
Whoa, keyboard
Is that how he plays with his keyboard? Really?
What if your forearm just presses your F keys?
Is that real? Whoa.
So
he's straddling the keyboard.
He's got it like under his arm, like he's taking it on a walk in the park.
How have we not seen that
That's
before?
new to me. That is new to me.
All right, MPL.
MPL.
You got some techers. Okay, well, M4 in Boiler going to get boosted. So they were hurt. They were singed, right?
Oh, that's a nice little nade from Apex. 85 damage. What? Ouch.
And Alex is very low as well. So saved rifle already in a whole lot of trouble.
This one should just fall into place, right? I mean, I guess for Alex, unless his teammates start doing something, he's going to want to just try and bring that M4 through to the next.
May as well gamble stack. That way, if they do come to the site, maybe you can trade out, maybe a miracle happens. And then worst case, you don't have to reinvest in armor or potentially that M4 as you've mentioned. So spread out across the map quite comfortably right now, Vitality. This is all good in the hood for their 4th round. Apex, no secret of his banana presence. There's a flash there. He's making steps. He's lining up util. Now it's just about a probe or conviction, right? Do they actually want to follow through with this? Because they are throwing the nades. The bomb's down. Still plenty of time on the clock, so no real worries. And now that Flamesy's jumped out of the window, it's telling that they will just be going for the B finish.
I'm curious, Chad, and maybe, you know, I'm getting a bit personal here, but I'm curious. You know, when you are bait, this is your first head-to-head against the name of a team that you've been watching. You know, these are the big boys. You're actually at the big boy table. You're pressing tab. You're seeing those names. Oh my God, it's Zyra. Oh my God, it's Rops. You know, this is that kind. I imagine that will impact your gameplay, right? Did you ever have to kind of? Were you confronted with that? Did you ever have to kind of tell your boys these are just human beings? You know, like act normal, or did that not something you struggled with? Where
maybe in
like
the very early days, but once you're in the flow of things, right, and you're conversing with these players and you see them around the halls and stuff, right, this isn't like the first tournament for bait. So if it was, then you could maybe start putting them under the microscope that way. You just do the same thing as everybody does, and this is top teams too. When you go up against a Zyra, when you go Zyra moments are going to happen.
Right.
But if you have that level of awe of players, you're never going to beat them.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right? You, as a competitor, you have respect for your opponent, but you need to be cocky in a degree, right? You need to have some form of bravado and backing yourself and geeing yourself up. In terms of how the game has been played this year, the best team is no doubt Vitality.
Yeah, and they're not blind to that.
Yeah, so, and this is the fact that they know that they're underdogs. That's why in the MPL interview being like, yeah, we're going to get smashed. Obviously, it's slightly unjust. He doesn't want to get smashed.
But
they're
as we highlighted, it's the best way to put pressure on your opponent.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, we're going to go out there and give it our best go. That's also, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine too.
Sure.
Right? We're not expected to win. All the pressure's on them. That's another statement that we've heard players make in interviews before, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that you have a luxury as European players, just getting to play pugs, and you play against good players all the time.
There's
so you're so much
point.
more familiar with these names.
Yeah, and you're sitting there going, actually, I got 30 elo on him. So.
Right. So yeah, he's just another player.
Yeah, valid. Oh yeah, good counterpoint.
Okay, well, last time naded out of Boiler, this time different setup, and I like this, right? So it's very porch-centric, so they're playing for mid-control right now. So trying to make sure that they can't just take this mid-space. Now, obviously, the question mark smoke top-middle does sow some seeds of doubt on a wraparound long, or even a fade through the smoke, but very silent. They're not really hearing too much. Flamesy may be making a sound cue there. We'll be having a head-to-head on this flash.
Diligent. And, booked. So you try and boost it, you get naded. You try and play it on the gun round, you get flashed.
Yeah, making that look very simple, aren't they? So
stunting on them with the moves.
Still able to retain information with this porch setup.
Sure.
It's a strong setup. You do have to worry about the apps leak at a point, and they are starting to dismount now. Some more util being thrown to soften up. Apex being siphon nades to look for damage towards CT. Alex with the flash ready to set up Kenzor. And starting to cheat a player over of Headtrick to join the party. Now Headtrick has a HE to break a CT smoke. This could get a little bit out of control because it will be a B play.
Flash from Alex from the coffin's position. SMG just going to go for the drive-by. Oh, he tried to burrow into the smoke. It does not work out for Kenzor. Gets caught off. Alex finds 2 on the spray, but it's Mezzi and Rops walking into the site victorious. And it's a 5th for Vitality.
Okay, it really is recovery right now, isn't it? And it's looking good. Like, Vitality looking clean in a lot of these rounds. Sure, you lose the second round of the game, but you bounce back. It's a great response. And just going through the motions. So this is what you want to see if you're a Vitality fan.
And what you want to see if you're a bait fan is Essential not getting hunted down by Rops in time.
Yeah.
It feels like there is a collision course set, but I don't know if Rops is going to draw the line in the sand somewhere. Maybe they're just going to, lay down arms here. He gets himself up on his cool bicycle. I just want to know who lives there. I just think that's such a bougie apartment. Think about the views. You got your bike outside, no worries about leaving your bike outside the front door. Great, safe neighborhood. Sure, there's some terrorists, but pretty cool. Books just out in the open.
It is strange, isn't it? No locks on these doors.
I didn't know you had a nice mezzanine bedroom.
That was like my room in Engelbert's
It actually is.
Yeah.
Actually is.
We also have more best of ones going down on the mainstream right now. If everybody wants to go tune into that, it's FaZe versus the Mongols, being casted by the Harry and Hugo duo.
I heard some Mongols chants behind us.
Yes.
So there's a fan base, despite losing Senzu.
I think that there's still the ability for Bait to recover this half-right CT side of Inferno. 5 is okay. So if they're able to get there, it would just have to start soon, wouldn't it? We need to find some rounds where they're being able to burrow in like this. Enters on aggression.
Promising, but what an incredibly well-timed HE break.
Yeah, he's on 19 health.
Yeah.
He kind of feels marooned.
Hey!
Yeah.
Yep, that's going to happen.
Feels like they're doing a spring cleaning right now.
What, Vitality?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where at every corner of this map, they've managed to perfectly place nades. Even that one, they must know that if someone is trying to play Aggie or pushing half wall, trying to get deep control, if we break the smoke at this time, chances are they're exposed. I mean, it was just so flawless. Kenzizor was deep. Look at his body by the barrels. Didn't have the time to tuck in, gets exposed, trapped, and you could have Molotoved him out if he did get a bit more health. Alex has got a block here. You can see his restraint. He understands the longer he holds onto it, the more chance he has. And he has given it to 45 and throws it down.
No, there is a HE to break, but it's on Rops. So he's not part of this party. They're still coming through.
Oh gosh, they are just running at him, and you can't catch a break. Alex just gets caught through the smoke. That's another one from Mezzi. That's 2 rounds back to back where he's been a bit of a difference maker.
And you know what time it is?
SAVE.
Yeah, so this is a clinic right now, 6-1.
But this is what I'm sure Vitality would have expected of themselves. You know, the amount of support staff, the amount of top 4 placings this year, as you've been bringing up 14, was it?
Yes.
Consecutive, sorry.
Yeah, obviously they had the 7 in a row with the trophies.
And then,
they started the year with their worst placing, which was 5th to 8th at Bounty.
That's their worst placing.
Yeah, but everything since then has just been strong. Now, this second half is nothing like the first, and once you've elevated the bar, as we just take a look at this attempt on the save. Maybe they lose everything. Apex letting the dogs off the leash.
Let's see if they can feast. Just entry fragging for Hans. Down goes one of them. Essential's trying to cling onto his M4. Won't get the luxury. Head trick and MPL will. In fact, that might lead to an MPL rifle. Doesn't get his hands on it. So a little bit of a successful hunt from Vitality. They just want to make sure they kind of sprinkle some additional salt, maybe Himalayan, into the wound.
Yeah, well, with the loss bonus, right, if you wipe the board, it is going to make the conversation of the buys a little bit more difficult, right? Because if you save a couple, then they can all drop, right? Because you're getting 3,400. We know that M4's 2,900. And this time they even have enough to get head trick these AWP. So right now, this might be one of the best shots yet of Bait being able to grab a round. As it will be the second of 3 tactical timeouts. And the fact that they've already had to burn 2 in this fashion, you can understand it. Madden hit the coach. Always knew this was going to be tough. The problem with the video, people say best of ones, but if you have an exploitable map pool or a map pool that doesn't sync up nicely against a favorite, you can just be pushed around.
Yeah.
So it really depends on opponent as well. It's not just as reductive as what we hear from people like, oh, well, it's a best of one, right? It's going to be a middle ground. Well, when you have the disparity of one of the absolute best Counter-Strike teams of all time going up against some plucky youngsters who are doing their best to march through and putting on sound Counter-Strike, it was never going to be easy.
Well, absolutely. I mean, just the depth of the map pool is what separates, you know, the kind of the A tier from the S tier.
And that's at the moment one of the issues for Vitality against the other S tier, right? Their train, their overpass, showing some wobbles and something that they definitely would have had to have worked on. Essential, up to bat.
Good pathing from Flamesy. I'm kind of glad we watched that from Essential's PO.
Yeah, it just shows you how quick the destruction can manifest, doesn't it?
And I can't quite believe it. This is Mezzi feeling confident because he's
into B.
Yeah, he's just.
I've seen you.
He's got him. Zywoo's in support, steals that kill. Mezzi gets his as well. They aren't.
You lost both sides.
They are attacking both sides at the same time. Like your apps players just gone apps, and then your B players have gone. There's CS2B. And now Rops is parked as they go pick up the bomb and go wherever they want.
Yeah, so Flamesy will grab that. He'll join Mezzi and Zywoo. Zywoo's pressed very deep towards B, even behind a buffer. Headtrick is coming over to investigate, but here's the problem. If Headtrick sounds off the AWP and MPL fires some rifle bullets...
He's timed this so well. God. What a cheeky rascal.
Well, Flames is actually coming over for the hunt as well, and they think they're saving. So maybe they are just saving in CT, but MPL's coming back over. Well, they might have some backs turned or find a fortunate gap out of this. Headtrick doesn't know that Zywoo is pressed up, but has to be aware it's a possibility. Timing. Okay, there you go. MPL noted. Flamesy isn't actually backing off to find him, but MPL will come his way. Okay, another one, as it is just Headtrick. Mezzi has the unfortunate factor of, I guess I'll be the one who saves the bomb in the worst case scenario, but now it's just finding him in the library with the Kalashnikov.
And see you later. Headtrick, no AWP for you.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, no need AWP right now.
Why would we throw any variants into the mix? You can just play with 5 rifles.
Well, because with 5 rifles, you can do what we just saw, which was taking both bomb sites simultaneously.
Yeah. Even Zywoo was saying no as well to the AWP.
No.
This is the thing, when Matsu says no,
he means no.
Yeah. I'm sure there's sometimes where Apex is pleading with him like, please, man, for the game plan, man.
Yeah, but he shoots so hard with both.
All right, well, they do get another buy round. Virtue of the saves and the loss bonus. Now.
Chunky. Poor Alex has just got a magnet on his forehead right now. Does feel like Vitality have definitely got some well-drilled nade protocols on the T side.
I was about to go, at what point does the silliness come in, right? Everybody starts going, oh, I'm going for this pick, I'm going for this pick. Really, how tight of a leash can Apex keep on them and make sure? This is dry running live,
yes,
right? With high stakes. So make sure that the comms are on point, that everybody is following the strats as they should, that the shots are sharp, that the trading is there. Don't just think that you can run around and win single-handedly. As soon as you let a team back in MR12, they'll take that. They'll take that opportunity every day of the week. Oh, Kenzo has to play ahead into the flames, chipped on down, 29. Kenzo flash now, everything going wrong, but still gets the opener.
I have to give him props. I can't quite believe he's done as well as he did. He gets a kill. 2 flames and a flashbang. Just as we're praising you, Vitality's dry runs and their utility.
Well, 30 seconds, so they're in a 2-2 split right now. A decision has to be made soon, Apex.
And it's back to A. If MPL goes down, it's going to open the runway. Flamesy wins the duel.
How good has he been?
Yeah, he's looking great. I mean, this partnership...
It's only 5 kills, but every time he's cleared into an angle and just removed the opponent on the other side.
Yeah, his jiggles have been really on
15.
Point. Sure, Essential. If he gets another, it would have been a conversation. Someone goes down with a couple of seconds to spare. Oh, my God, did he just... What are you doing that for? Apex makes me stand up to look at the clock. What was that?
That was meant to be comfy. Just making sure the keyboard's working. You know, I tried it with E, I also tried it with mouse one.
Yeah, they both work.
They both work. Here's a tip for everybody at home if you didn't know.
That would be so nasty. That would have been enough to like actually start the conversation of, right, Vitality is tilted now. Apex is swearing, tutting his tongue. Okay.
8-1.
Shout out to Kenzizor one time. Gets his after the, what was it, from 100 to 30 from 2 Molotov.
Yeah, you can see he was trying to play between the 2 of them. The sandbags molly was already down. Then the mouth molly comes in. He's like, well, I'm committed now.
Yep, here I go. Fighting now. And then perfect flash through the smoke push. I mean, yeah, you know what? Like, as a kind of known Inferno hater, Vitality are making it look quite beautiful right now. Just showing just how good the team play can make this T-side look.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate about that goal. Maybe not the goal. I think something that Apex and Karrigan are both very good at is putting these sentiments out in the media for people to kind of gravitate towards. One of them being, you know, it would be nice to match Astralis' trophies, right? Yeah. You know, the 10 trophies. But if that doesn't happen, which it can't now for Vitality, at least they're in a position where, you know, you could win back-to-back majors and Apex, oh, another opening kill. and another opening kill. Apex said in an interview he did with HTV the other day, he's like, yeah, it'd be nice to win back-to-back majors. Hasn't happened since Astralis. You know, so giving us some nice markers, building the story for us.
And I think he benefits. Like, he's building that story for him and his team as well.
Sure.
He wants them to have like something extra to be fighting for. Like, perhaps when you are so used to winning, so used to the confetti falling in the last day, you need like, we're doing this for more than the trophy, more than that. It's legacy.
Yeah, and that's what, if I'm Vitality, I'm keeping my eyes on, because a team like this doesn't come around too often. And sure, this second season hasn't been what it needed to be, but there's still time to be able to pick that up. And if you close the year with both majors and then you go into next and you actually run with that momentum, that conversation is still open, right? It doesn't just close at the end of this year. You still are a great Counter-Strike roster. You just haven't, oh, let's see, bit of a deeper cough and smoke. And it's all a ruse. Flamesy's faked B. Hedrick is over towards A. Well, Flamesy's cleared B, and
And they're going back.
they may as well go back. Hedrick's going to desperately pick top middle, but he'd be killed by Rops. And
It so well.
it's beautiful, right? There's nobody who's popping off individually. Everything looks great. And the smiles on the faces of Bait, they know they are just getting the push-pull given to them right now. But what I framed when talking about Vitality, now, in my opinion, like, you know, because people go, who do you think is going to win the major? So you've got to give an answer. Yeah. I think there is a bunch of good teams at this major, and the bracket will determine with the different head-to-heads of who will win it. But if you had to put me on the spot, I say Vitality. And the reason I say Vitality is obviously not based off form. That would be Furia. Is I think the major, and I described it as the Viagra they've been missing all season.
Yeah.
Right? You win the major. This is the one that matters most. Everybody knows that.
And that's the first thing he said in that cross-cut we saw day one. It's like everyone's trying to, even Yakinda from Furia are trying to build that narrative that like nothing else matters, even though you are just on a back-to-back-to-back trophy run as Furia. Essential walking. I mean, also completely understand why he's going for that.
Yeah, you have to change the tone of the game.
Nothing else is working. NPL might get it. Okay, Kenzazor.
Oh!
3 on 2. It's a Desert Eagle and it's a Mag 7.
Come on through.
And he's coming straight to that crosshair.
Oh! Sketchy.
Loosey-goosey.
But I'd say round over.
I'd say so too. Hedrick last alive again. What a beta. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke, everyone.
You're in MPL's crosshairs now, Alex.
No, NPL, it was a joke, man. You have to understand, man. Just a bit of fun.
Yeah, just like this game is.
For 5 players in the server, I'm sure. Actually, well, I don't know. We did see them kind of smiling and laughing it off. Because,
yeah.
Because what else are you going to do?
Okay, if I'm going to take away a few positives, it's not only the fact that Apex and the boys are ragdolling them right now and they're looking clean, clinical, it's that they're staying that way. I thought at some point they'd be like, haha, guys, let's just start running around now. You know, let's be a bit more aggressive. But everything is still tethered, well thought out when the shots are coming their way. And it's, again, it's not a massive disparity.
Look at the kills.
It's 6 at the low end, 9 at the high end. This is
10-1.
Beautiful Counter-Strike with everything working. If you're the support staff watching by right now, you're just sitting there smiling, nodding along, happy with how this is functioning.
Aggressive play. Mezzi might get blinded here. Perfect little team play to set him up. And Kenzazor, he is actually the highest fragger in the server. He's matching Zywoo in a 10-1. And that's because he's so good for 1. Kenzazor is going to be my main takeaway. I think from the debate games we've covered throughout the major, I just think he's a great soldier for the squad.
He loves the aggression too, which anybody who likes Counter-Strike likes watching players get aggro, but Flamesy controls, takes out Stenthiel.
Did he nail the molly? It's not going to spread cold Sarah.
Landed in the box, I believe.
And they overlook it. It leads to an MPL double, so there's a little misplay.
Could be 2 rounds.
Finally something for the support staff to bring up in review.
Okay, hold up. They know he's side. Apex searching with a nade.
Caught off.
Zywoo in a clutch.
NPL's had a round. This would be a big one. We've got to give it the beans if NPL picks himself up the quad kill up against Vitality. It's now looking a bit sketchy.
Oh, that's perfect smoke.
It couldn't be better.
You kind of have to play over the truck if you're Alex.
If Alex starts spamming, it's just over. So he can't afford to reveal his position. He just has to hope and pray Zywoo starts to make a noise.
Yeah, both of them letting one another make the next move.
It was Josh Steele in the sand that said, noobs always play. I imagine Zywoo's thinking the same thing.
All right, well, Zywoo's still in pit, and Alex is still restrained to Boiler. So knowing that the bomb has to go down, 20 seconds left on the clock, the Woo will now have to go to the side to plant the bomb. Well, he doesn't have to, I suppose.
Is Alex going to be tough? Perfect from Alex. Clutches up, makes NPL's 3K worthwhile baked, picking themselves up a second round as we take a quick 2-minute break. Welcome back to the best of ones. Welcome back to the B stream. We got the two of these back to back, and for Bait, this one might be over quick. Vitality making mincemeat of them, and it's a full team effort. There's no funny business. Chad, one of your biggest takeaways being that Vitality have not let it get loose. They've kept this one quite tight throughout, even if in a dominant fashion.
Yeah, I like it, right? Obviously, this is the major. This is where they want to put their best foot forward, and they're recovering from their best of one loss yesterday to that of FaZe on Nuke. And they're playing as if they want to lift that trophy, as every team in contention here does. And Vitality are ones who have that right to their name as the reigning major champions. Let's see if they can get it done and continue this clinic with a CT pistol round. Oh, Flames' company.
Okay, that's a lot of info, and he dips away smoothly. It's Apex that will be supporting him from Coffins. Looks like Mezzi will rotate through in time with a couple of flashbangs in hand. Do they want to go for a re-aggress? It would enable answers. Not getting any sound cues though, so ZywOo and Rops could be up for quite a large test from the two of them. 5 members of Bait making their way towards their bomb site.
ZywOo and Rops need something. Nothing's not enough for the round.
Take a fight, tapping off the head of Kensizor, which is the highest fragger from Bait. Stands in that off angle and just taps another. So double from ZywOo.
Staunch confidence.
Enables Mezzi to get back over. A flash above the pit side. That might be Rob's, well timed. Headtrick has dropped in. He uses that flash actually to dip back Graveyard, and now finds the angle. Beautiful team play. Mezzi gets the assist on 2 of them. Rob's on another. Apex pulls it across the line. ZywOo and Rob's passing the test with flying colors.
Okay, well, that's both pistols. They lost the force buy in the first half, so let's see if they can keep the conversions clean in the second, and then that would essentially spell the end of the game. If you're Bait, your only real option right now is to force buy out the remainder of the game. Last thing you want to do is take a clean eco. They keep all 5 alive, and then they've just got a nest egg of cash to move forward, and you get out AKs, but they have a bonus round, and they're just going to run at you. So right now, the Tech-9s come into the mix, 5 of which there's utility, a whole bunch of smokes, HEs, a couple of flashes as well. Rops is surging with some aggression, and Senthiel will punish him.
He's done very well there. 99 damage from Rob's is M4.
Might just go into an A-pop right now.
Knows he's removed the pit player. ZywOo, however, and Mezzi do occupy. Here's that step on the Senthiel rotation through the library side. It's a perfect flash. You can see nearly led to another from the Tech-9s, but it is just going to collapse. Running on in, having a bit of fun with it. ZywOo survives the test. Another 3K from him, so just 5 kills in 2 rounds to start off the CT side for ZywOo, and it might be the last round up next.
This is, again, I just want to keep reiterating how good this is, because you haven't put any stress today. You also haven't had to go deep within the playbook. You get to move into the best of 3s tomorrow. You've completely reset. You're likely to go 3-1. Later today, we are going to be locking in our first 2 teams to the playoffs. Tomorrow, we'll be locking in 3 more than the final day, the final 3. Now, it's obviously going to depend on what type of matchup Vitality gets, but there's only a few teams in the world who can beat them at the moment, and most of them are playing later today in those 2-0 games.
Yeah, it's actually, it sounds as a stark reminder of, you know, that contrast when people are throwing out tier lists or stages and seeing the different names. This is what happens when a team that started at stage 1, and by no means I think belonged there. You know, we saw how quickly and comfortably they managed to get themselves through eventually to stage 2 and now 3. But this is the difference between, you know, an invited team to stage 3 and one that qualified.
I think, you know, if you wanted to start flipping all the matches on its head and say, oh, okay, maybe they're a bit fatigued at this moment, or they've shown a lot of tape, right? You can bring those factors into it, but then you just have to remember...
That's not how they're winning this Inferno, is it?
Yeah, but you have to remember the quality of the player as well on the other side. That's why these top orgs are able to have your ZywOos or your Donks, your Monacies, right? That's what... Oh, on the jump, spots something, and good restraint here from Flames. So he's going to call Apex back over. Mezzi pushes into Boiler, window, and calls second mid and mid clear. So they will have 2 players to defend against this B play, but this could very well be the final round for Bait, and then they go down to the 1-2 bucket. Best of 3s from this point forward for the Ukrainians.
Perfectly playing it to block in front of that smoke. He's done it on his own. Flamesy closes it down. Vitality, that is a very comfortable day in the office. You were just talking about it, Chad, but yeah, don't have to show your strat book. Everyone's going to be able to rest up easy. A very comfortable 15-round game.
Yeah, and I think that they're going to be very happy with today's performance. This is the type of Counter-Strike that we expect from Vitality. And for Bait, if you listen to the MPO interview, it's what he expected as well. So, you know, I know there was a bit of jest. You don't come